from the last time on the tiller, that was 85 at 21. That roughly interprets to about £125 at 31. So I know I've got a lot of poundage to take off, and a lot of it's got to come off the tips, because you can see we're still pretty fat at the tip here. So I've been narrowing it, checking the string line, narrowing it from this side to get rid of this knot, and you can see the whole thing's just popped out quite nice and clean. It may well disappear. I'll do a similar thing with this knot, probably just pop it out and fill it now. That's the knot completely removed and cleaned out, ready to glue a nice long peg across it. And just out of interest, I'll use this offcut from the end of the original stave. It's just quite nice if you use the same wood, the colour's going to match quite nicely. So always keep your offcuts. And there's the U plug clamped firmly in the vise, so that should give a good intimate bond. I cleaned out along the groove using a twist drill. I found an 8mm drill was just about right to clean along the groove, which meant I could then turn my peg down to 8mm or whisker over, and it would press in there nicely. I know you all haven't got a lathe, but you can do these things with a knife and a rasp or a file. It's just sometimes a lathe makes it easy, and often a hole isn't parallel anyway, so a lathe doesn't help that much. It's like everything, a lot of the power tools, they can save you a little bit of effort, but sometimes they actually cost you more, especially if you mess up. That shows the result with the knot filled and shaped in a bit better. You can see the overall thickness is much more even there now. Yeah, that looks quite nice. I'm never sure whether to have the grain of the plug running that way or this away. I just did it that way because it seemed like a good idea at the time. Right, got to do that one now. Now I've got the second knot done, and while I was at it, I thought I'd do this pin knot here. I just tapped it out with a pin punch and a hammer. I'll clean that out, put a little peg in there, cleaning out the hole with a bit of broken tile saw. It's not actually straight, I don't think. I might try and put a drill through it, we'll see. But the important thing is to get all the manky stuff out, so you get a good solid plug. Tips have been slimmed substantially. I filled these two knots. It should be coming back a bit further. Tips should be working more. It should be about ready for brace, but what should be and what is aren't necessarily the same things. Oh yeah, it's definitely flexing more. There's the 85. As I pull it, it's twisting slightly. I mean, that might just be how it's sitting on the support there. Interesting, it's sort of squint down the limbs. A little bit weak there, if anything. I'll just mark that. Yeah, it was marked anyway as weak. So I just need to keep an eye on that. I can feel there's a little bit of a dip just there. Yeah, leave that well alone. That was 85. Didn't see how far back it came. Didn't seem to come back much further, about 21. Well, that last bit of work didn't seem to do a fat lot. Still looked a bit weak there, so I've thinned the sapwood, that limb, a little bit here, taken a good bit off the belly, both outers, rounded some corners, decided that the middle's got to work a bit harder. I mean, you can't leave a big chunk not doing anything. It's got to take its fair share of the strain, even though it was flexing a little bit before, just because it's got this bit of knot there. You know, I mustn't get over protective of it. You leave, oh, I've got knots, I'll leave big stiff patches, and what happens is it snaps in between the two stiff patches. It's all about trying to balance it. It's all about sharing the load. So let's see. Let's see if we've got a bit more movement now. Yeah, that's more like it. Look, we're back to 23 now. We're looking a bit stiff here, so I've gained another couple of inches. I think she's ready to brace now. I'll give that another quick waggle, and then I'll have a good look at the video, and we'll think about bracing it and maybe getting the horn knocks on. It looks a bit stiff here, doesn't it? Just put a little mark there. And the outers are still probably stiff. That one's probably moving more. I'll have to have a good look at the video. I wouldn't mind losing a little bit off the tips, perhaps. It's slightly long for a bow. I mean, I might even have a look at the weapons of war and see how close it is to one of their bows, you know, just out of interest. If I take one that's a similar length, similar width, you know, just have a look at it. Something I can do indoors while I'm having a cuppa. Right, I'll get this published. You wait there while I publish it.